Welcome to Spicy Lady Sigma. Some people chase power their entire lives. Others discover that the ability to walk away from it is a different kind of strength. When people think of natural leaders, they often imagine someone who wants to be in charge, enjoys authority, and is eager to climb higher. But there is another type of woman who challenges that idea completely. The spicy lady often has the intelligence, confidence, discipline, and presence needed to lead. Yet surprisingly, she's also the one most likely to step away from positions of power when they no longer align with her values. This is not because she lacks ambition or capability. In fact, it is often because she sees what many others overlook. She understands that power can attract unnecessary drama, hidden expectations, political games, and relationships built on personal gain rather than genuine respect. While others are focused on gaining control, she is focused on protecting her freedom, peace of mind, and sense of self. The spicy lady knows that leadership is not always about holding the highest position. Sometimes it is about maintaining independence in a world that constantly tries to define success for you. She understands that influence, wisdom, and self-mastery can have a greater impact than authority alone. In this video, we will explore the deeper reasons why spicy ladies are often born to lead but willingly walk away from power. Stay with us until the end because some of these insights may completely change the way you think about leadership, success, and personal freedom. Now, let's begin. Number one, they understand that every throne has a price tag. Most people admire the crown but never calculate the cost. One thing that separates spicy ladies from many other people is that they do not look at power through rose-colored glasses. While others are busy admiring the crown, they are quietly studying the cost that comes with wearing it. Most people see the rewards, the title, the influence, the recognition, the respect that appears to come with being at the top. What they often fail to see are the sacrifices hidden behind the scenes. The sleepless nights, the pressure of carrying everyone's expectations, the endless criticism, the people who smile in your face, but secretly hope you fail. A spicy lady understands that every position of power demands something in return. Nothing comes free. The higher the position, the heavier the burden. That is why she asks a question many people never stop to consider. What will this role require me to become? For example, imagine a woman offered a leadership position at work. The promotion comes with more money and more status. On the surface, it looks like a dream opportunity, but she notices something others ignore. The people currently holding that position are constantly stressed. They rarely spend time with their families. They are always dealing with office politics and conflicts. They have become exhausted versions of themselves. While others might accept the promotion without hesitation, she takes a step back and thinks carefully. If success requires sacrificing her peace, her values, or her authentic self, is it really success? This is not weakness. It is wisdom. Spicy ladies understand that power can slowly change people. A kind person can become cold. A genuine person can become performative. A peaceful person can become consumed by constant battles. They know that gaining the world means very little if you lose yourself in the process. That is why they are willing to walk away from certain thrones. Not because they cannot sit on them, but because they have learned something profound. The greatest achievement is not reaching the top at any cost. It is reaching a place in life where your success and your character can still exist together. Number two, they refuse to build their identity around titles. Titles expire. Positions change. They refuse to build their identity around titles. One of the most misunderstood things about spicy ladies is that they never confuse who they are with what they do. In a world where many people introduce themselves through their job title, social status, or position, spicy ladies understand a simple truth. Titles can be given and titles can be taken away. A title may open doors, but it does not define a person's worth. Many people spend years building an identity around a role. They become so attached to it that they no longer know who they are without it. The manager who retires, the executive who loses her position, the business owner whose company closes. When the title disappears, their confidence disappears with it because their entire sense of self was tied to something temporary. Spicy ladies see this trap early. They know that life can change in an instant. Companies restructure, businesses fail, leadership roles change hands. Today's celebrated figure can become tomorrow's forgotten name. That is why they focus on building qualities that survive every season of life: integrity, wisdom, emotional strength, discipline, character. Think about it this way. Imagine two women lose the same prestigious position. Point one feels completely lost because her title was the foundation of her identity. The other feels disappointed but remains grounded because she knows her value was never sitting on a business card. The title left, but her knowledge, confidence, and character stayed. That difference is powerful. Spicy ladies understand that respect earned through a position is often conditional. People may admire the role more than the person holding it, but respect earned through honesty, consistency, and strong character tends to last much longer. This is why they never chase titles for the sake of titles. They would rather be remembered for how they treated people, the wisdom they shared, and the strength they displayed during difficult times. Long after positions change and the spotlight moves elsewhere, character continues speaking. And in the end, character is the one title nobody can take away. Number 3, they notice how power changes human behavior, that they've watched intelligent people become performers once they gain influence. Point one reason spicy ladies are often willing to walk away from power is because they have spent years observing what power does to people. They pay attention, they watch closely, and what they notice is not always inspiring. They have seen intelligent, genuine, and down-to-earth people slowly change after gaining influence. At first, nothing seems different then. Little by little, something shifts. Conversations become more calculated. Opinions become carefully crafted. Decisions are no longer based on what feels right, but on what will look good to others. The person is still there, but a performance has quietly taken over. Spicy ladies understand that the more influence a person gains, the more pressure they feel to maintain a certain image. Suddenly, every word is measured. Every action is analyzed. Every mistake is magnified. Instead of living authentically, some people begin managing perceptions. Think about a woman who starts a small business because she genuinely loves helping people. As her success grows, she gains followers, recognition, and influence. But over time, she becomes more concerned about protecting her image than staying true to her original purpose. She starts saying what people want to hear instead of what she truly believes. Without realizing it, she becomes a public version of herself. Spicy ladies find this deeply unsettling. They understand that influence can become a trap when maintaining an image becomes more important than maintaining integrity. They know how easy it is for a person to lose touch with who they really are while trying to satisfy everyone around them. This is why many spicy ladies are careful about the kind of power they accept. They do not fear responsibility. They fear becoming disconnected from themselves. For them, peace of mind is worth more than public admiration. Authenticity is worth more than popularity. They would rather live a life that feels real than spend years performing for an audience. Because at the end of the day, power means very little if it requires you to wear a mask so often that you forget your own face. Number 4. They know that influence is stronger than authority. Authority can force obedience. They know that influence is stronger than authority. Point one of the biggest lessons spicy ladies learn is that authority and influence are not the same thing. Many people confuse the two, but there is a world of difference between them. Authority comes from a position. Influence comes from a person. Authority can make people follow instructions because they have to. Influence makes people listen because they want to. Think about it for a moment. Most of us have met people with impressive titles whose words carry very little weight once the title is removed. People obey them because of their position, not because they genuinely respect them. The moment that position disappears, so does much of their power. But influence works differently. Influence stays because it is built on trust, wisdom, consistency, and credibility. IT is the teacher whose lessons students remember years later. IT is the friend whose advice always seems to help when life gets difficult. IT is the woman whose calm judgment people seek before making important decisions. Spicy ladies understand this better than most. They know that forcing people rarely changes hearts or minds. Someone may obey an order today, but that does not mean they believe in it. Real change happens when people are inspired to think differently on their own. For example, imagine two leaders in a workplace. One constantly reminds everyone that she is in charge. The other earns respect through fairness, competence, and integrity. When challenges arise, people naturally turn to the second leader, even if she says very little. Why? because trust is stronger than authority. This is why many spicy ladies are not obsessed with titles or positions. They know that influence reaches places authority never can. It shapes decisions, changes perspectives, and leaves a lasting impact long after conversations. END.to a spicy lady. The ultimate goal is not to control people. It is to inspire them. She understands that the strongest voice is not always the one giving orders. Often, it is the one people remember when they are alone, thinking about a decision that could change their lives. That is the quiet power of influence. It does not demand attention. It earns it, and in many cases, it outlasts authority by years. Number 5. They understand that power often comes with invisible chains. Many people see power as freedom. One of the most surprising things about spicy ladies is that they do not automatically see power as freedom. In fact, many of them see something completely different. They see the hidden cost that most people overlook. From the outside, power looks attractive. It looks like influence, status, authority, and control. People often assume that the person at the top can do whatever they want, but spicy ladies know that reality is rarely that simple. The higher a person climbs, the more demands are placed on them. Suddenly, everyone wants something. More meetings, more responsibilities, more expectations, more opinions to manage, more people depending on them. Their time is no longer entirely their own. Their decisions affect more people. Their mistakes become more visible. Their freedom starts shrinking even as their authority grows. This is what spicy ladies mean when they see invisible chains. Imagine a woman who becomes the head of a successful company. Many people look at her life and think she has complete freedom. What they do not see are the late night phone calls, the endless pressure, the constant problem solving, and the fact that hundreds of people now depend on her decisions. She may have more authority than ever before, but she also has less personal freedom than she once had. Spicy ladies notice this contradiction. They understand that some people spend years chasing power only to discover they have become servants to the very position they wanted. Their schedules control them. Their reputation controls them. Their responsibilities control them. That is why many spicy ladies focus on something deeper than power. They focus on self-mastery. To them. Being able to control your emotions, your choices, your habits, and your peace of mind is a far greater achievement than controlling other people. They would rather own their life than own a title. This is why they sometimes walk away from positions others desperately want. They understand a truth that many learn too late. The person who controls everyone else may still be trapped, but the person who controls herself is already free. Number 6, they notice that many leaders become prisoners of expectations. Once society labels someone a leader, they are expected to think, speak, and behave in specific ways. One reason spicy ladies sometimes walk away from positions of power is because they understand something many people do not. The moment society labels you a leader, people stop seeing you as a person and start seeing you as a role. At first, this may sound harmless. After all, leadership is often viewed as something admirable, but hidden inside that label is a long list of expectations. People begin to expect certain opinions from you, certain reactions, certain decisions, certain behaviors. Suddenly, every choice is examined through the lens of what a leader is supposed to do, rather than what feels honest and authentic to you. Spicy ladies notice this pattern everywhere. They have watched people slowly become trapped by the image others created for them. A woman may start out as a genuine independent thinker, but after gaining influence, she feels pressure to constantly meet expectations. She worries about disappointing people. She worries about how every decision will be interpreted. Over time, she begins making choices based on what is expected, rather than what she truly believes. Without realizing it, she is no longer leading her life. She is performing a role. Think about a successful business owner who is always expected to have all the answers. Even when she feels uncertain, she believes she must appear confident. Even when she is tired, she feels obligated to keep going. Even when she wants to change direction, she fears what others might think. The title that once seemed empowering becomes a cage. Spicy ladies are highly aware of this danger. They value freedom of thought too much to allow themselves to be controlled by other people's expectations. They do not want a position that requires them to constantly wear a mask or follow a script written by society. This does not mean they avoid responsibility. That IT means they protect their individuality. They understand that true success is not becoming the person everyone expects you to be. IT is having the courage to remain yourself even when the world keeps handing you different costumes too. That is why many spicy ladies choose authenticity over approval and freedom over expectations. In their eyes, no title is worth losing the right to think, speak, and live as their true self. Number 7. They recognize that some battles are distractions disguised as opportunities. Not every promotion, leadership role, or position is a blessing. Not every door that opens is meant to be walked through. Spicy ladies have learned something that many people only understand after years of stress. Not every opportunity is actually an opportunity. Some of them are just distractions wearing the clothes of success. In life, certain offers look extremely attractive on the surface. A promotion, a leadership role, a higher position, or a public recognition can feel like progress. People around may even celebrate it as a big step forward, but spicy ladies are careful. They do not only look at what is being gained, they also ask what is being quietly taken away. They understand that some roles come with hidden pressure, more conflict, more responsibility, more expectations from people who do not understand the full weight of the position. What looks like advancement can sometimes become a constant battlefield where peace disappears. For example, imagine a woman offered a high-ranking position in a competitive organization. On paper, it looks like a dream. More money, more respect, more influence, but behind the scenes, the role demands constant arguments, political tension, long hours, and emotional exhaustion. Many would accept it immediately. A spicy lady pauses and evaluates the full picture. She asks herself a simple but powerful question. Is this moving me forward or pulling me into a life I never wanted? Spicy ladies are skilled at identifying when prestige is being used to hide pressure. They know that some environments reward visibility but punish authenticity. They have seen how people can get trapped in roles that look impressive from the outside but slowly drain their energy and clarity on the inside. This is why they are not easily impressed by titles or appearances. They look deeper. They study the cost behind every opportunity. That if a path leads to constant noise, unnecessary conflict, or loss of inner peace, they are willing to step away even if others call it success. To them, the real victory is not entering every battle that looks important. It is knowing which battles are worth fighting and which ones are simply distractions in disguise. Number 8. They value mental freedom more than social power. To them, being able to think independently is more valuable than controlling a room. One of the clearest differences in how spicy ladies think is that they place a higher value on mental freedom than social power. While many people focus on climbing higher, gaining influence, and being seen as important, spicy ladies are more interested in something quieter, but deeper. The freedom to think for themselves without pressure. To them, social power often comes with invisible weight. The more influence a person has, the more opinions they must manage. The more attention they receive, the more they are expected to conform to what others want them to be. Over time, it becomes less about thinking freely and more about maintaining an image that others accept. Spicy ladies notice this early and choose differently. They would rather have the ability to sit alone, think clearly, and make decisions without external pressure than constantly manage how they are perceived by a crowd. In their view, controlling a room means very little if you are no longer fully in control of your own mind. For example, imagine a woman who is offered a role where she would be widely respected and constantly in the public eye. On the surface, it looks like success, but the role also comes with constant scrutiny, expectations to always agree with popular opinion, and pressure to maintain a certain image. Many would accept it for the recognition. A spicy lady carefully considers what it would cost mentally. If it means losing peace, she may choose to step away. She understands that mental freedom is fragile. Once it is compromised, everything else starts to feel heavier. Even success can feel like pressure when your thoughts are no longer your own. This is why spicy ladies are not easily impressed by social status or public approval. They value clarity over applause, peace over performance, independent thinking over collective expectations. To them, True strength is not measured by how many people listen to you, but by how free your mind remains while you make your own choices. That kind of freedom cannot be given by status.it must be protected at all costs. Number 9, they don't need witnesses for their success. Many people achieve goals to be seen. Some victories lose their meaning the moment you need an audience to feel them. One of the most misunderstood traits of spicy ladies is that they do not depend on being seen to feel successful. In a world where many people measure achievement by how others react to it, they move differently. Their progress is not built for applause. It is built from personal intent. Many people work hard, but deep down, part of their motivation is being noticed. They want someone to say, well done. They want recognition, validation, or proof that their effort matters in the eyes of others. There is nothing wrong with appreciation, but spicy ladies do not rely on it to keep going. Their drive continues even when no one is aware of what they are doing. For example, imagine a woman studying late at night while everyone else is asleep. There is no audience, no encouragement, no one tracking her effort. She is not doing it for social recognition. She is doing it because she set a standard for herself. The reward is not in being seen. The reward is in becoming better than she was yesterday. Spicy ladies understand that when success depends on witnesses, motivation becomes fragile. If no one is watching, effort drops. If no one praises, energy fades. But when success is personal, it becomes steady and independent of external noise. They also know something deeper. The loudest achievements are not always the most meaningful. Some of the most important progress happens quietly, without announcements or recognition. Skills built in silence often become the strongest foundations. This is why they are not discouraged by a lack of attention. They are not slowed down by absence of applause. Their focus is internal, not external. They are guided by purpose, not performance. In the end, spicy ladies do not chase moments of being seen. They chase moments of becoming. And because of that, their success does not depend on who is watching. It depends only on who they are choosing to become, even when no one is there to witness it. Number 10. They understand that every kingdom demands a piece of your soul. Every organization, movement, company, or hierarchy eventually asks for compromise. Nothing powerful asks for nothing in return. Spicy ladies understand something that many people only realize after years of experience. Every system that offers status, influence, or belonging eventually asks for something deeper than time or effort. It asks for adjustment. It asks for a compromise. Sometimes it even asks for silence when you want to speak. Whether it is a company, a movement, a social circle, or any structured hierarchy, there's always an unspoken cost. To belong, you are often expected to align. To rise, you are often expected to adapt. And over time, small adjustments can slowly turn into quiet internal conflicts. Spicy ladies notice this pattern early. They see how people begin with excitement, only to gradually change their tone, their opinions, and even their personality just to stay accepted or to keep moving forward. What started as ambition slowly becomes adjustment. What started as opportunity slowly becomes pressure. For example, imagine a woman entering a respected organization with strong ideas and clear principles. At first, she is appreciated for her uniqueness, but as time goes on, she realizes that certain opinions are not welcomed. Certain truths are better left unspoken. To progress, she is expected to soften her edges. Over time, she may find herself agreeing with things she once questioned just to maintain her place. Spicy ladies are highly sensitive to this kind of shift. They are not afraid of hard work or responsibility. What they resist is the slow erosion of self. They understand that success is not only about what you gain, but also about what you quietly lose along the way. And for them, losing their inner compass is too high a price for any achievement. This is why they are willing to walk away from opportunities others would call rare or valuable, not because they lack ambition, but because they refuse to trade authenticity for acceptance. In their view, no kingdom, no matter how impressive, is worth entering. If it requires you to slowly abandon who you truly are just to stay inside In final words, true leadership is not standing above others. It is standing firmly within yourself. When you look at everything we have explored, one truth becomes clear. Spicy ladies are not avoiding power because they lack ability. They are choosing carefully because they understand what power really demands behind the scenes. They see the hidden cost in every throne, every title, and every position that looks impressive from the outside. They notice how influence can slowly turn into pressure, how success can come with constant expectations, and how leadership can sometimes reduce freedom instead of increasing it. While many people chase roles to feel important, they question whether those roles will change them in ways they cannot undo. What makes them different is not rejection of success, but definition of success. For them, success is not about being seen at the top. It is about staying true to themselves while moving through life. It is about protecting peace of mind, thinking clearly, and making decisions without losing their inner voice. They understand that walking away is not failure. Sometimes it is awareness. It is the ability to recognize when something costs more than it gives. That kind of clarity is rare, and it is powerful in its own quiet way. In the end, their path is not about avoiding leadership. It is about redefining it. Real strength is not only found in what you achieve, but in what you are willing to release to stay whole. And that is the message that stays long after the noise fades. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.